community that does deliver all its services without a cent of money from the government, where we on a very practical level build a future for ourselves where we can be free and be safe and so on. On an idea level, Orania is to say Afrikaners of Orania believe freedom, by definition, is where you are not being ruled over and you do not rule over other people. And that is the essence of Orania. We have never tested the race of anyone applying to Orania. Nowhere in our policy is there any mention of race, of the color of people's skin and so on. There's a very strong emphasis on culture. And that's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, I want to say, if you want me to quantify it in those terms, the people who live in Orania are fair-skinned. They are light-skinned people. They are mostly of European descent. But we also see Afrikaners as a group of people who came from Europe but who are in South Africa for 400 years now, part of this continent. We see ourselves as part of this continent. Thirdly, I want to say, as part of an easy answer, is anyone can apply, but the community has to accept who comes here. So that is also an honest answer. There's no person that I know of in Orania, and yet again we've never tested anyone's race or something like that. It's absurd. But there's no person that I know of in Orania that would identify themselves as a black South African. People in Orania are white. Afrikaners are a specific group of people. We put the emphasis on culture because that's what Orania is about. But to an extent, I don't know of any people who truly identified as an Afrikaner who are a black person or a person of color or so. Is Orania a racist community? No. Will you find racists in Orania? Most certainly. You'll find racists everywhere in the country, in every corner, in every town, in every city. There are racist people. The Orania idea inherently is not a racist idea. It is an idea that says Afrikaners have a right, in regards to Article 235 of the Constitution, we have a right to cultural self-determination. We believe, we will build out on that right. It's a project where Afrikaners say, listen, we have the right to be on our own side and build our own future. Is it racist inherently? No. Will you find racists here? Yes, like in any other place. But the Orania idea is not racist, and we will never let it become purely that, ever. You may ask a lot of people what they think about the new South Africa, and they will say, well, for people in Orania, they will say they don't like it, they reject it and so on. That's not because they are a racist people or they are against the other races of South Africa. They see the new South Africa as a system which they don't like, which they don't agree with. They have very quickly saw through this kind of idealistic utopian idea of a rainbow nation where diversity is supposedly celebrated, but being diverse is not allowed. Being an Afrikaner, being truly that, being a specific group is not something celebrated. Being just in this grey South African mass, that's celebrated. What are you? You are a South African. What is a South African? Well, it's very hard to define. We believe in specifics. We believe in Afrikaner can have a Christian faith. It can have a set of traditions which is unique to it. We also believe that Xhosa and the Zulu people have a set of traditions that's unique to it that maybe we don't associate with it. But that is diversity. Being forced into a South African system, that is something that most people in Orania do not like.
I wanted to know more about the place, and I knew the like you said, the culture and so on. It was our own people's culture. Growing up in Carletonville, it's a mining town, but it's becoming a, what can you call it? I don't know. There's not a lot of our own people there, and it's becoming like a ghost town actually, because the mines are running out and there's not a lot of work opportunities. So I didn't have a lot of my own people to be around, in my own culture and so on. So to just have the opportunity here, that is also affected.
Do you ever miss that kind of diversity of living somewhere else?
No, not so much. No, I think, well, maybe Carletonville is not a great example of diversity and so on. I think there was no really a community where we interacted with each other. I don't know if it's just Carletonville or so on. Maybe another town is different, but no, here I experience it's enough for me what I experience here.